In the mean streets of Agravaur, family is a strange and powerful thing. And if you've been following our story so far, you know that Blueberry, Shu, and Angie have been learning just how strange and important it really can be. Will they be able to save their baker friend from a lifetime of conscription? Will they be able to find happiness in these cold, smoky streets? And last, but maybe most importantly, I'm pretty sure they were about to fight a giant octopus. So before we get into anything too deep, let's make sure they survive the rest of the night. This is Cheeky Blighters, Episode 3. Thank you for being a part of this journey with us. And now, let's go fight a giant octopus! It leans almost over the side of the tank. Its tentacles are big, and you notice that glow that's on all of the moss and stuff. There's these rings of it on the outside of this creature. Every now and then its membrane kind of pulses with a little bit of bioluminescence. I am no fool, and I think that you are here in a sneaky way. Is that correct?
Shu will quickly look over at Angie. Angie, I think, for a moment was very shell-shocked, but has sprung into action when he got closer to you and sort of fluttered her way kind of frantically over and was like, hey, Shu, don't tell him nothing.
I.
Listen, who are you?
Who I am is none of your concern. What is of your concern is you have made it into my laboratory, and I am not to have anyone get in the way of my experiments. So I would ask of you, why should I not consume you? You look interesting to taste.
Listen, you don't know where I've been. I'm full riddled with disease. You eat me, eat even one feather of me, and you'd be sick. Maybe even die. Look at me. And she's gonna kind of
This is a good point. Then perhaps tell me, what are you doing here?
We're here to, inspect the machine over there.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, isn't that an interesting thing?
Just to make sure that it's running properly.
I can assure you it is running spick and span. I can also assure you that there is no way the Scavenger Dandies would have a... what are you, a snake? A snake come to work for them to check their machines, nor would I say, even with their newfound powers, would they have the wherewithal to know such a machine would need to be checked. So, let us have this conversation from the beginning. I know why I'm here. I'm curious why you are here.
Why are you here?
I am here to run my experiments. I do a little bit of work for the Scavenger Dandies, and in exchange, they let me do my experiments.
Are you the one that's making them all telepath?
Oh, no. Quite the opposite, actually. No, you see, I first met the Scavenger Dandies when they rescued me from the humans call it a restaurant. They brought me down here, put me in this tank. I was very scared and confused. They started throwing things into the tank that looked tasty. I started to eat them. And eventually, I started to be able to understand them. And I realized, they probably thought to themselves, this is a smart guy. He's an octopus. We are the smartest creatures, of course, in the whole world. And they wanted my help. So I offered a little bit of help in exchange for resources. They need me to run the press. They don't know how to write in human. So you see, I remember. I was paying attention to all of those menus that would go past my tank. Every bit of writing, everything. I got very good at human language. So I write their messages to send to their people, and they let me do my experiments.
Huh.
Wow, you are a big brain. That's really impressive that you learned to read. and you do experiments, and you run the torture machine.
It's not a torture machine. It is a printing press.
What does it print? Torture?
It prints torture.
It makes paper that people use to tell other people what to do.
I mean, that sounds like torture.
It's quite refined, actually. You see, in some circumstances, if you want to make someone go somewhere, you'd have to grab them and say, "You come with me," and take them there and force them. But with the humans, you just write it on a piece of paper and write the right things, and then people have to listen to it. Nobody has to fight anybody. They still have to do what they're told. Not a bad process.
Wow.
So, but why are the dandies trying to like close all the restaurants down? I'd understand if you wanted to close all the restaurants down because you would nearly eaten in one.
No, I give my captors no quarrel. I'm a very immoral person.
Fair.
I have slain many for my experiments, and I plan to slay many more.
Oh.
So, what are your experiments?
Oh, well, you see, the strange, miraculous goo that has come out of the canisters and affected the rats and affected the things that they fed me, it has some curious properties, and so I ask the rats to do certain things, and then I see what happens.
Oh, you're really smart.
Yes. The other day, the rats brought in a little puppy dog, and I was curious to see what would happen if it had, like, a bunch of the goo all at once. It was pretty messy, but very exciting as well. I learned quite a lot.
Like what? What happened to the puppy? Is it still here?
Oh yes, a part of it is over there. Part of it is over there. You can see some of it there, crusting up nicely. I'm seeing if the goo has any long-lasting effects after it popped.
Pop.
So, what I'm understanding is like you're basically like a cat, but instead of using your claws, you're using your brain.
I have never seen a cat before, but I hear that they are, funny little guys. So I guess I'm a funny little guy to some, but mostly I am a scientist. I just do work for the rats so that they can give me subjects.
Are you a scientist? Or are you a murderer?
You say tomatoes, I say potatoes.
Oh, I didn't say tomatoes. I said murderer. Oh.
I am living my fullest, seeking new knowledge and experimenting on small creatures.
We're also trying to live our fullest. And help other creatures live their fullest. I think maybe taking out that machine would help.
I don't think so.
You know what? I think there is a torture machine in here, but it's this thing, and she's going to tap the tank. But this thing is what's writing the letters, and then the postman is sending the things, and that's what's making all the gods disappear. So we can destroy the torture machine and the letter writing machine at the same time.
Yeah. That'd be really easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to destroy my machine?
Well, it's not yours because the rats got it for you. It's the dandies. You just know how to use it.
Listen, that is what they might say, but we know who holds the power here.
If you're in power, how come you're stuck down here?
All of the color in it sort of shifts a little bit very quickly. Its skin turns like bright red, and the rings glow violently, and then it sort of settles, and it says, "That is a good point. Let me help illustrate it further."
I love pictures.
And then in your heads, all at the same time, you hear his voice say, "So I have picked up a couple tricks of my own from their little goo. And I need all of you to make a dexterity saving throw."
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I have not rolled above a 10. A 6.
Mm-hmm.
4.
21.
Okay. Angie and Shu, you feel yourself lifted up into the air
Hey!
and drawn towards the tank.
Hey! No!
And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Ah!
We're gonna drown!
We're gonna get eaten by an octopus!
Yeah, boys, I rolled a 2.
Not one. For
Yeah! That'd be great.
19.
All right, Shu. You see this massive octopus pulsing now with a little bit of energy. You feel yourself getting lifted up into the air and being pulled towards it. What would you like to do?
We still have that spool of thread, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to just throw the spool of thread at one of those big eyes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just trying to break concentration here. It's not about damage. It's about breaking concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Make an attack roll.
Okay, 12.
12 just misses as it mushes out of the way.
You look like an alien. I'm trying to just distract with words now.
All right. And your spool of thread drops into the water. It is now its turn.
Oh, good.
Shu and Angie,
Mm-hmm.
it is going to pull you the rest of the way up to the tank, and you guys feel yourself released and fall into the murky water. That's a natural 20. Angie,
Yes.
you feel a tentacle reach out and wrap around you. When it does, it sort of like rolls up on itself. You take... Oh, you're so lucky.
Am
you
I?
Yeah, because I rolled really low on the die. You take 6 I rolled a 1. You take 6 damage, and you are grappled and restrained.
Oof.
Another one is coming for you, Shu. Does a 13 hit you?
No.
All right, so a tentacle goes for you and misses. Angie,
Yes.
you feel yourself very quickly pulled underwater, like deep underwater, and you are sort of just seeing bits of tentacle and suction cup, and you can just, at the corner of your eye, sort of through it, you can see yourself being pulled towards this massive razor-sharp beak.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, God.
Blue, it is your turn.
Ah! Let go of my friends! And she's gonna run up to the bottom of the tank and she's gonna attack it with her dagger.
Do the cut in the glass like you did
Oh.
before, man. Yeah. You've had practice now. You know how to do it.
All right. She's gonna bite the tank. Okay, let's go. She's gonna bite the tank.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, 16.
Yeah, roll some damage.
Okay. 7 points of damage.
A little hairline fracture appears in the side of it.
Okay.
We're getting there. We're getting there. It's all right.
I'll do another bite attack against it from my bonus
Okay.
to 7.
You don't make contact on the glass. You just sort of scrape against it, unfortunately.
Shit! She's just gonna wait there until her next attack. She's gonna keep trying to go at that tank.
Angie,
Yes.
you are restrained. You are underwater. Tentacles all around you. A gnashing beak in front of you.
So I think Angie is going to use her symbiotic entity. So she is kind of like obviously very fluffed up and very like scared, and the spores and like gross stuff are going to seep into the water around her.
Mm-hmm.
So she is going to get some temporary HP. Thank God. There is the halo of spores as a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 damage just in general from my like seeping of like grossness into the tank. And then I'm gonna try and basically attack the tentacle, try and get away. Ooh, does a 21 hit?
A 21? Yeah, 21 hits.
Amazing. And that's 8 damage.
As you slam into the tentacle, you feel yourself starting to break it. That is not enough damage to release yourself, though, unfortunately.
No, that's fine.
Oh, Angie!
All right, Shu,
Yes.
you are in the water, but you are not grappled, and you just watched Angie get sort of pulled into this octopus.
I would like to attack that tentacle holding onto Angie.
Sure, yeah.
So pulling out the 2 pieces of my sport, I make like a little darted attack in the water going in like a tiny torpedo.
I love it. I love it.
Amazing.
And like bubbles come out as she releases her anger. I'm going to go ahead and also do Fighting Spirit. My bonus action here. 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits for sure.
Yeah.
Good. That's the idea. Woo! Solid 13 points
Yeah,
of damage.
nice.
then.
Okay. As you hit this thing, you cut through it like a razor, and the tentacle goes limp and starts to float into the water. Angie, you feel all the tightness of those arms kind of loosen, and you wiggle free. You are no longer restrained. Unnaturally quickly, the wound of that tentacle seals.
Ah, puddles. Okay. Shu will swim up to the surface to gasp some air. You better stop pointing with the spork, or else we're gonna have to turn you into calamari, and you can't be a very good scientist if you're calamari. I would like to fly as high as I can.
You can get some distance, so you're circling above.
Yeah.
It is now the octopus's turn.
Oh, Lord.
It looks up at you, Shu. I will not be anyone's calamari today, little flying rat.
Oh no, it's pronounced bat.
You are a funny one.
Thank you.
I will kill you last. And it is going to launch another tentacle at Angie.
No!
That's gonna miss. That's a 7, I think.
Yeah.
And instead of making another tentacle attack, it is going to position itself sort of circling around you, Angie, up on the side a little bit, and reach down and try to grab Blueberry.
Oh no.
16.
Yeah.
All right, you take 7 bludgeoning damage as the tentacle wraps around you and starts to pull you up. At the end of its turn, it pulses a little bit. Anybody touching it or in the water? Angie and Blueberry, I need both of you guys to make Constitution saving throws.
13.
16.
Blueberry, you take 5 lightning damage, and Angie, you take 10 lightning damage.
Ooh.
As this thing seems to like charge the water with this unnatural energy. And then it is Blueberry's turn.
Ugh.
You are restrained also, and it has pulled you about halfway up.
Oh my god. You're like 5, 6, 8 toes. Ugh.
7 toes now.
She'll stab his tentacle that's holding her. She'll lick the blade. Never mind.
She misses.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that misses.
Oh, damn.
As you're trying to stab into it, you're just not able to get an angle. Angie, what would you like to do?
Hello. Firstly, swim to the surface, because I have not approached the surface yet. And take a big... and try and, like, climb out the tank. I think she wants to get out into the bottom of the tank.
You can get to the lip of it very easily. It's not super high above
Okay.
the waterline.
How high up is the lip of the tank?
In human terms, about 3 feet,
What's that in, like, relative terms?
like 20.
Okay. I think Angie is going to try and sort of, like, flip over, like, hang, and sort of try and, like, drop down without too much of a bump.
Sure. Make an acrobatics check.
11?
Using your claws against the tank and your 1/2 decent wing, you sort of flutter a little bit. You take 1 bludgeoning damage when you hit the ground. And you see the tentacles like reaching up and sort of dragging Blueberry. And you also see the part of the tank that Blueberry was like trying to bite at.
I would like to, using my peg leg, just try and hit the crack where Blueberry started.
Mm-hmm.
An 8 to hit. I don't think that's going to do much.
Ka-dunk against it, but it doesn't break, unfortunately.
No.
Shoo.
Don't worry, I've practiced doing this. I would like to make a dive bomb attack into the side glass of this tank.
Oh, yeah, bounce.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
Like the
Yes.
window.
Sacrifice your tiny body. Let's go.
Are you going head first or spork first?
Oh, let's use a spork this time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. If you want to, you can make an attack.
7?
7 total or 7 not plus modifiers?
No, that's it. That's total.
So you dunk, bump against it, and you are
Ooh.
not able to. You're not able to crack it, unfortunately.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm stress eating almonds right now.
Yeah.
Blueberry. At the start of the octopus's turn, you feel its tentacle tighten around you, you automatically take 9 bludgeoning damage as you feel its tentacle squeeze
Okay.
and it pulls you under the water and starts to pull you towards its beak. If you are not unconnected to it on its next turn, that beak, which has a mouth bigger than your head, is going to start chomping.
Oh, Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
And then it is going to look out and telepathically to Angie and to Shu, it's going to say, "If you leave now, I will just eat your friend and we can let bygones be bygones." No? Okay. And then Blueberry, it's your turn.
Okay. So underwater, she's just gonna scream and open her mouth and just and she's gonna bite into his tentacle and cast breath weapon.
That's a 2.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Nice.
He's gonna fail.
So he takes 4 points of damage.
All right, you feel the acid burning away. I believe that is a bonus action in the current iteration of D&D. So I think you still have your action.
I can still attack. Woo, okay. I'm gonna try to stabby stab.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Why? Why?
We're rolling so
7 is our lucky
bad.
number
It's a
tonight.
7!
Oh, yeah. 7 total?
This
Jeez
was fun,
Louise.
guys. I enjoyed it.
Oh, Blueberry,
We're
no!
We're out.
You try to bite it again, but it is just too hard to get a grip. You're not able to get that extra damage in. And that is going to be the end of Blueberry's turn as she is being pulled towards this beak. Angie.
Yes. Yeah, Angie is just desperately trying to break this. 14.
14 is enough to hit the glass.
Oh, yes!
Roll some damage.
10 damage.
As you slam into it with your peg leg,
Blueberry!
a fracture opens up on the side of the tank, and Blueberry, you feel a rush of water as Angie, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw immediately.
Fine. Absolutely fine. 7.
You crack the tank. You have a brief moment of being like, great success.
Yay!
And then boom, you are blasted with water. Blueberry, you feel yourself sucked out. Angie, you take 3 bludgeoning damage
Fine.
as the water
worth
slams
it.
into you, and the tank starts to drain. The octopus still in the tank, and it is still wrapped tightly around Blueberry, still trying to pull her in, but the water is slowly spilling out all over everything. It's getting on the papers, it's slowly receding, and you can see this powerful, very flowy octopus sort of become that ball of snot that octopus has become on land. You have severely immobilized it and dramatically changed the vibe.
Amazing.
Blueberry, you feel yourself throttled as with the octopus's tentacles wrapped around you and it being sucked out of the tank, you are sucked out of the tank with it. You can breathe again, and the octopus looks quite deflated. It still is holding you, and you can feel it dragging you. It pulls you up to the side and almost puts you in a little bit of a half Nelson. Its tentacle wrapping just below your jaw. And it looks to all of you and says, "This does not need to end this way. I will be dead in moments if I cannot get to water. But I can kill your friend in less than moments.
Oh.
Tell me what you want and get me to water, or I shall kill this creature."
I want to live, I want to live, I want to live.
Can I do an insight on him first before I make a decision?
Yeah.
14.
You feel with utter confidence that they know they're about to die if this tank is here. They're going to dry out. But they also feel like they're being honest with, they are quite confident that they could destroy this snake if they want to. You see the little bioluminescent circles on them, like crackling with a little bit of that arcane electricity.
All right, but you gotta let her go first. You let her go, we let you go.
Can I look to see if there is anything close within like tail reaching to that is like kind of the same size as me, like a tube?
There is the tubing that was part of the tank that was like a straw that you can now tell the octopus was essentially pumping ink into to feed the printing press. That has broken off as the tank erupted.
While he's talking to my friends, I want to stealthily try to grab the tube and like slide. Could I fit through the tube? Is it wide enough?
This is going to be a series of checks.
Okay.
You don't know if it's wide enough without trying.
Okay, because I want to either A, try to slide down the tube and replace the tube with myself, or switcheroo the tube with me while he's talking to these guys.
Okay, so it's going to be a sleight of hand check to see if you can grab the tube without him noticing.
Can I provide support with this and like starting to flutter around and be like, but just give me a second because I gotta look for some water. Do you spot some over here?
Kind of distract, yeah, like if we can distract the other way.
Cool, yeah, for sure, yeah. Blueberry, you can roll with advantage.
Yeah. Okay, so the first one's a 15. Second one's 11, so 15.
Plus 5, he got a 12 on his perception. So yeah,
Ooh.
he does not notice as you wrap a little bit around the plastic tubing and pull it towards you.
I want to try to stealth out, switch out, and
do the Indiana Jones, like, statue for bag of sand trick,
That's right.
Yeah.
But with my noodle body.
All right, give me a stealth check then.
Oh no. Okay, that's a 7.
It is not wide enough for you to fit in.
Fuck.
You feel the octopus squeeze tightly around you. It's waiting for you guys to act, and you are acting quite slowly. So you are going to take 5 bludgeoning damage as it squeezes in, and you guys all see the tentacles surge and that electrical charge starting to get brighter.
You see her kind of go, and then go limp, and she's out.
As Blueberry falls unconscious, she is not dead, but she could be. So I ask again, will you help me get to the water?
Angie is gonna freak the fuck out at that. All right, just like leave her, like don't squeeze anymore. There's some water that way. I can show you the best. Like, it's really pure and clean water. Like, it's not got like shit in it. I can show you the best water.
You will have to help pull me.
All right, we'll pull you. And then I'm gonna grab a really gross squidgy tentacle, start like heaving towards the gelatinous ooze.
Oh yeah.
And Shu, what are you doing during all of this?
Oh, just kind of nodding and watching, and then seeing where Angie's going with this. Oh, yeah. Here, take some of the string. And she'll toss down some of that pink string that they can tentacle to, and we'll try to also sled dog this down.
All right, I would like both of you to give me athletics checks, or if there is another type of check that you think would be more applicable for how you're helping.
Do I see any of the cockroaches at this point as we get further along where they kind of like had stopped, where they wouldn't go any further?
There's always cockroaches in the sewers. Hello, miss! What are you doing down there? Oh, it's a plumb fine day for dragging sludge around.
Yeah, could you do me a favour? I know I've asked a lot of favours, and I'm out of food, so I'm gonna have to ask you for a favour, and I'll return the favour later. But you see, this nasty like piece of sludge has got my friend all kind of trapped in his tentacles, and we need to drag him to water so he releases our friend. But could I have help dragging him? But also, could I have a couple of you just maybe like get ready to grab my friend in case she slips into the water?
Make a animal handling check.
20, dirty 20.
Nice.
It wasn't a nat 20, but it was a dirty 20.
Nice.
Take it.
You know us, miss. We love helping and we love needing favors. We're here to help you. Oh, yeah, we'll keep an eye on your little buddy. Bow. And little skittering of insects come and start pulling along as well. Shu, can you give me an athletics check?
Yeah. I can do this. I'm really strong with a 12.
A 12. Okay. It's awesome. All right. So you guys start pulling and dragging.
God damn.
You slowly get this giant octopus down the hall and over to the ledge that connects to the water basin that you guys came from. And as the octopus unravels and releases and clings to the wall, pops its eyes over the top of the ledge so it's looking at you. You have helped me. What can I do to help you?
Oh, the machine. We wanted to have that. It doesn't do the things where it takes our gods away.
Basically, how do we like break it?
Well, you want to find the weak points in it. There are those little gears. If you take any of them out and chuck them in the water or smash them, it should break.
Okay.
But also, you should know, if your goal is to help your human friend, the machine has already done its part.
What?
The letter has been sent out. If you're trying to help your human friend, you probably need to deal with the folks that are following through on that letter at the military camp.
Oh.
The paperwork. Humans love their paperwork.
He did get taken away. But that was going to be like our next step. Like, you know.
We have a multi-step plan and we are prepared to execute it to its fullest potential just to get our god back.
And we don't want more gods disappearing, so we want to make sure they can't do it again. So we're definitely going to sabotage the machine, and then we can go and sort out the main people.
Dear Mr. Scientist, I would like to write one more letter. One that says, just kidding, I didn't mean to send all those previous letters. You can let them all go home now. Can you help me write that one? And then that's it.
He pulls out of the water quite a bit more and looms down at you. His eyes are like almost as big as your head, and one of them kind of like twitches around a little bit. I believe I can help.
Good.
But it will be a little dangerous.
Oh, that's my middle name. But it's not. I heard somebody else say that. My middle name is Shu. So it's Shu.
Okie dokie. If you do not mind a little danger, please take my tentacle. And he extends one of his tentacles to you.
Very timidly,
Uh-oh.
Shu will hop onto it.
As you hop onto it, all of those arcane rings start to pulse, boom, 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 brighter and brighter. And they focus down the tentacle onto where you are making contact with him. And Angie and Shu, you see a flash of blinding light. Shu, can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Uh-oh.
Yes. Oh, it's an 11.
An 11? That's okay. 11's not bad. You
Okay.
basically needed to... This is like a death saving throw type.
Oh,
roll,
okay.
so
Okay.
You're good.
You've been plugged into the Matrix right now.
Yep. I can see colors. No, wait, I can hear colors. That's what I meant to say.
I can see color.
My eyes, they work.
Everything slows down. The world gets a little quiet around you for a second, Shu, and then it ignites. All of that bit of bioluminescence growing on the moss, the pulsing of the octopus, it all starts to feel connected. You feel a surge of unusual power. 3 things happen. 1, you feel with confidence that you could not only read and write in human dialect, you could probably read or write in any dialect. You feel the interconnectivity of the creatures of the realms as comprehend languages is cast on you. But
That's cool.
because you rolled above a 10, something else happens too. You feel something stir inside you, a connection to something far away, and you're not exactly sure what it is, but you have one casting of the sending spell.
Ooh.
If you want to, you can reach out to any creature anywhere in this plane of existence, and you can send them a message, and they can respond to that message.
Oh,
Cool.
shit.
You see the octopus sort of slump as all of its rings dim down a little bit. That is all I can do to help. I appreciate you getting me to water.
That is so helpful. I feel like I have a degree now. I'm really smart, and I should get a new hat. And she's gonna throw her beret over to the side.
You will need to get the letter to the encampment and into the paperwork. They will have offices with desks and tables and things that say in and out. You're going to need to make sure the paper is in the right place.
Okay, I put it in the inbox, right?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But what about Blueberry? Can you help Blueberry?
That was all of the rest of my juicy energy. But there is still some of the wonderful ooze by the printing press. Perhaps you could figure out something to do with it.
All right, thank you.
She's gonna pick up Blueberry and kind of carry drag her back to the other room where the price is.
She will just grab Blueberry's tiny tail at the end, as if trying to actually help, but probably not.
Okay. So, you guys go back to the room with the printing press, bringing Blueberry's unconscious body with you. The water has mostly drained out of that room. You see the giant broken tank. You see the tubes. You see the printing press. You see boxes of paper. And you see those broken canisters inside that smashed open crate. What would you like to do?
I'm definitely going to go over to the crates, the barrels with the glowy stuff, because Octopus said it might help Blueberry. So I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to look inside one.
It looks like this box once held maybe 6 of these canisters. 4 of them are completely smashed open. 2 of them are dented and leaking, but there is still that iridescent, almost amber liquid drizzling down the side and pooling at the bottom.
The only thing that Angie is going to think that makes sense is it's like a healing balm or something. Or that it could be used in some way to heal Blueberry. So I think on where she might see some bruising and things where she was squeezed really tight, she's going to take, just scrape off a bunch with her wing and just rub it in to the bruises on Blueberry's body.
Come on, Blueberry, you'll be all right.
You can do it. Come back to us. Listen to our voices.
Don't go to the light. The light is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Angie, there is a part of you that is connected to a little bit of the strangeness of the realm. You're able to talk to some creatures. You sometimes have connections with humans.
Mm-hmm.
When you've seen that warden in the park use her powers to talk, be able to speak to you,
Mm-hmm.
it almost feels like someone lighting a match. You feel like this liquid is essentially the match, but it still needs to be lit.
Oh. I think at the feeling of that as she's rubbing it in and realizing it's basically just it needs that kind of the spark, Angie is going to remember the last time she healed Shu and kind of managed to kind of patch her wound up and kind of thinks back to that moment and sort of puts that energy and that love into putting it into Blueberry as she casts Cure Wounds as well while she's rubbing it.
Just roll a d20.
Oh, good lord.
You can do this.
14?
When you cast Cure Wounds, specifically thinking about Shu, thinking about Blueberry, you feel the energy work. You feel Blueberry start to heal, but it's like you're in a river on a raft and you're starting to go down rapids. You feel the energy of this unusual ooze, this liquid, thrusting this magic forward with a force that is a little bit untethered. And you feel the way it's being thrusted is not just to Blueberry, but it's to Shu also. It's that memory of having that moment with Shu that's linking it in a weird, almost psionic way.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to, you can stem that, and you can just cure wounds. But if you want to, you could ride that river.
I'm going to go with what I think Angie is feeling right now. And I think she is so scared about losing the both of them. She can't let it stop. Like, whatever is going to happen, like, she feels like this is good and powerful and this is the right thing to do. Like, she can't let her fear stop her from making sure that Blueberry and Shu are okay. So she's going to push through.
Shu, when you see Angie doing this and you see her have this moment of like struggle and almost like leaning in and the energy almost radiating off of her and Blueberry, what are you doing?
Jaws open, watching. But also really concerned. Like, Shu still is very tenderly holding Blueberry's tail and kind of brings it closer. In a small moment, just hoping this works, she's just going to kiss Blueberry's tail.
Aww.
You have to come back to us. Angie's doing everything she can to keep you here.
In that moment, there is a crackle of light as Angie's wing to Blueberry's scales to Shu's little bat kiss sync the three of you together. All of you melt back for a second. I'm going to ask every one of you a question.
Okay.
What's the earliest memory of comfort that Angie has?
The first memory of comfort, I think, is maybe the first time she's fully out of her egg. She is fumbling around, blind, not sure what's happening, and she feels the warmth and protection of her mother, kind of like the wing coming around and her feeling warm and safe in her feathers. That's the first, I think, memory of comfort she has.
Shu, what's the first memory of comfort that you have?
Surprisingly similar. On a warm, rainy day, right? Shu's sleeping, curled up, hanging upside down next to her parents, their warm, fuzzy bellies that she's buried into, just having the calming sounds and just being surrounded by family.
And Blueberry, as you're drifting in and out of consciousness, you have a surge of energy erupt through you, and you are brought back to your earliest memory of comfort. What is that?
That is memory of her wiggling around in her soft egg and then finally opening up and being in a dark space, but a warm space. And suddenly there's a jostle and a movement as a drawer opens, and this beautiful human face is peering down at her with loving eyes and then cradling her tiny body with her hand.
As each of you go to those moments, you realize that the memory that you're sitting in, it's not just yours. These memories are now intertwined in you. And in a very real and intimate way, you remember these moments as if they're your own. There is a surge of air that shifts around you guys. Blueberry, you gasp awake. All three of you see each other crackling with this sap because Angie used a lot of it. You are really little.
Just massaging it into you.
You all sort of look like you just drank 30 cups of coffee.
Let's go fight all the rats!
Yes!
Blueberry And Angie, that ability to cast the sending spell one time that Shu had, you feel a similar energy appear inside you.
Oh, cool.
And when everything calms down a little bit, your emotions might still be high, but all of you realize that you feel pretty good. You all will gain the benefits of a long rest.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, boy. We're a transformer. We've all just melded together.
You look to the printing press. You see paper. You see the tiles for all of these weird symbols now creating understandable symbols and words. You're pretty confident you could print something.
Yes! Let's do this! And Shu just punches the air a few times and then offers a high kick up. Yeah! We're gonna write a letter!
All right, Shu. If we put all the like bits in and you jump up and down on the buttons,
Yeah!
let's do it.
Let's do it!
So I'm gonna try and get paper and stuff ready and all that kind of thing.
I'll try to find some ink.
And she'll flutter up.
The ink is in that well that was connected to the tube that you were eyeing earlier, so you know exactly where that is, Blueberry. Shu, quickly get up there. Angie, not too hard to start grabbing these little tile letters and passing them up. The question is, what are you writing?
Dear buttheads.
You're right. Yes, no, please.
Is there another letter?
Yeah, there's paper, there's letters, there's like the whole setup is down there.
Oh.
Oh, we could try to base it off of one of these.
Yeah, we'll start with the basics. What's at the top? An address?
I think Angie will grab one of the papers out of the box and start sort of what's the word? Annotating to Shu. All right, dear whoever it may concern, I command you to release all chefs and cooks in the military this instant, or fear of strong retaliation and trouble.
Is that a period at the end or an exclamation point?
Exclamation. I think exclamation would be pretty good. What should we say would happen to him?
It was a mistake. It was actually the the rats that needed to be deported from the city.
Yeah. We have found there is rats in the line, and extra care for messengers moving forwards.
Yes. Maybe not cats, but something like rat traps could be deployed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Extra rat traps needed across the city.
Yeah.
Great. Ha!
Perfect.
Amazing. Working together, you guys are able to successfully, you think pretty confidently, get one of these letters.
Yeah.
Yes.
You fold it up, working together, slide it into one of the manila envelopes that you saw it delivered in before.
Blueberry, lick the flap.
Envelope in hand, you know where the military encampment is. It's not like a secret part of the city. What are you thinking?
Oh, before I go, I'm gonna call over to if there's any other cockroaches and stuff. But you can have the rest of this special syrup as a thank you.
Oh, thanks, miss. We hope it makes us crazy, super powerful, ancient alien monsters. Yeah, that will be real swell.
Just remember who gave it to you, all right?
That's how the gods were created.
That's how Cthulhu was born.
Cockroaches.
And in an instant, hundreds of cockroaches just scatter and swarm over the containers, and then in a flash, they're like bone dry.
At least the rats can't have none no more. Mm-hmm.
And you guys make your way through the sewers to the military part of town. You find yourself under a giant chasm, a tower of open air shooting up into the sky to the you can't even see the top, it's so high up. You're under a manhole cover, and you hear above you the sound of murmuring, people talking quietly, speaking human. You still can't understand exactly what they're saying, but the tone sounds calm
Can we smell anything coming from like up there, or?
You scamper your way up the ladder. Make a perception check.
Oh my god, that was so close to an 18. 7 again. I'm rolling so great.
Yeah, you smell like hot dogs.
Do you want? I'm pretty sneaky. Do you want?
Oh
me to
yeah,
take a peek.
yeah.
Okay. Is there a way I can kind of wiggle, like, through the grate?
Yeah, there's holes in it. Looking around, you see a courtyard. No grass, and you see racks of human weapons. You see things that look like humans, but like carved of wood with targets on them and arrows sticking out. And you see a bunch of human soldiers kind of just standing around. Some of them look like they are practicing with swords, but the swords look like they're made of wood. Others are like sharpening arrowheads. You see like a military courtyard. It is surrounded on all sides by building. You see thin, narrow windows that look like maybe you guys could squeeze through. And then there are a couple on either side of it, to the left or to the right. You see large wooden doors, and it's like a 2-story structure that you're in the center of.
I'll hop back down.
There is some humans up there, but they seem to be distracted. So maybe we could sneak by them, and there's a window we could go through. It's a courtyard. So maybe there's stuff we could hide behind on the way to the window.
Oh my gosh, that's freaking brilliant, Blueberry! And she will run to hug you.
Thank you. Thanks for bringing me back to life, guys. For making sure I didn't totally die.
We weren't going to leave you behind.
Thanks.
Right, let's see if we can get that window. We're good at windows now.
Yeah.
We've done a few.
Blueberry and Shu could just squeeze right through the hole a little bit. Angie, it's a little bit more of a squeeze. So for you, I'm going to need an acrobatics check.
Can we help her?
Like one of you on one end pulling, one of you on one end pushing.
Pushing? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you can roll that with advantage for sure.
Ooh, an 18.
An 18. You start squeezing through. You get a little stuck. Blueberry is sort of coiled up and being a spring, pushing up, and
Hey,
Shu's
watch where you're
flapping
putting
her
that
wings.
tail. Ooh.
And there's a little puff of some down feathers, and maybe a couple mites like scatter away as the three of you land in the dust in this courtyard, right under the feet of a giant creature. Clump, clump. You see, like, towering pillars near you, the legs and hooves of a large horse. It's got one of those feeders, and it's just eating, doesn't notice you. And you see humans around, sort of milling about, some of them practicing, some of them in discussion.
Oh, we should go. We should go. We should go.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
What?
She's gonna just kind of like poke the horse on the nose.
Angie, you're so brave.
Boop. You boop a horse.
Well, it's got the feeder on, but you, like, boop the feeder.
Yeah.
And the horse sort of, like... and its eye sort of turns and it sees you. Hello there!
Hi.
Hi!
Hi. I'm Angie. These are my friends. This is Shu and this is Blueberry. And we're looking for an entree.
What are you looking for? An entree? I have a wonderful entree. It's mostly grain, but I think there's some carrots. I do love a little bit of vegetable in my grain.
Do you know where they might like deliver the letters and stuff? Like when you see letters come in, like the pieces of paper that the humans give the other humans. Do you know where they might put it?
Pieces of... Oh, yes! I know exactly what you speak of.
Could you show us where it is? Where they put all the paper in that?
Well, I could, but I'm too big. As you see, I am powerful. I can't fit through that door. And he sort of nods to the door. But the humans, sometimes with these little side sacks that are very, very light. It's quite unimpressive.
the heaviness of the things they carry. Have you seen how large the carriage is behind me?
That's pretty big.
You know I pull that all by myself.
That's amazing. That's really cool.
Those little satchels full of the letters, you could put like 100 of them in there. I wouldn't even
right?
notice.
They're such weaklings.
Do you want to
right?
see me pull the carriage?
Yeah, I tell you what. Could you knock over the carriage? That would be so cool.
I might get in trouble.
Nah, you would get in trouble. You would get in trouble.
Make a deception check.
It's like, he's so proud of himself.
I got a nat 20.
You see the horse sort of look side to side? Yeah, you're probably right. And it's going to kick up, and with its back legs, you hear, it sounds like a jet engine when its hooves slam into the carriage, and the whole thing falls over on its side as it just kicks with all its force back, and then rears up. I am so strong!
Whoa,
She was clapping.
that was awesome.
Immediately, a bunch of the humans start turning.
Quick, let's go.
A bunch of them run up to the horse and like, and he's like, yes, aren't you proud of me, humans? Yes, adorn me.
Basically, I'm hoping they'll all kind of just like get away. The door that the horse pointed to.
Well, the door that he pointed to, you could probably just fit under.
Oh, great. Okay, let's do that.
So, as the humans charge around the horse, you guys slink around to the side. The guys that were standing by the door are now trying to lift the carriage. You can tell some of the humans are trying to like calm the horse as the horse is just like having a good time.
He's like, this is amazing.
Everyone, come see how good I look.
And you sneak past, squeeze under the door, and you find yourself in a long hallway. You see tile floor, large, massive doors every couple feet. You see guards standing around. People are actually making their way to the door to like check out what the commotion is.
Is there a plant pot to hide behind?
There are several like benches, like a waiting room area, as well as a large desk with a human sitting at it and some papers on their desk. And there are also a bunch of wooden doors.
It's a lot more complicated than I thought it would be. I just thought there'd be one room and that's it.
Why do they have so many rooms?
What do they need them all for?
They just need an in and out box. Why would they have a bunch of doors?
Let's see if on that desk there, because there's lots of papers. Maybe they got something on that desk. Maybe we can sneak over there. Hey,
Okay.
Blueberry or Shoe,
Mm.
because you're smaller than me. You think one of you could like maybe get a view of what kind, if there's like an in tray on the desk.
Yeah, I can fly up if you'd like. Maybe I'll hide on top of, like, is there a bookshelf or something I can...
Yeah, there's a couple pretty tall shelves.
Okay, if I see the inbox, I'll hold one wing up, and if there's no inbox, I'll hold both wings up.
Right. We'll kind of like hide under a bench and wait.
Instead of flying, because I don't want to make too much noise or be seen, because you said there was a man at the desk, right?
Yeah, there's a person at the desk.
Okay. I would like to crawl up the side of the bookshelf then,
Sure.
in true bat fashion.
You get up about 4 feet, see over, and you can see over onto the desk. You see a bunch of papers scattered around the desk. There's some like leather-bound books. You don't see anything that looks like an in or an out box. And the person that's sitting at the desk, almost like there's like a string pulling them, their head whips and they look right at you.
Shu immediately like drops to the floor that she's the bottom of the bookshelf that she's standing like just legs swept out, face smacks into it, just trying to get as low as possible as quickly as possible.
Make a stealth check.
A 16.
16 is good. The human stands up, sort of cricks their head to the side, and it says, "We know you're here."
Oh, it's rats. Fucking rats.
Does not speak like a human. And then it twists its head again and sniffs. Is that Shu?
What?
Question. When they looked at me, could I tell that they were rats, or did they somehow commandeer a dead body?
This just looks like a person. You don't see rats at all. Shu, is that you?
Oh.
We can feel you here.
No, you can't!
Did you miss us, Shu? Did you want to return to your family?
Angie is hearing this and seeing this, like the kind of like the human looking for something.
It looks like literally like they're moving like a marionette, being guided by these little points that they're getting pulled on. And the voice is calm, and Shu, it kind of sounds like the matron of the Scavenger Dandies, who had a weirdly calm voice even when she was doing the most horrible of things.
Angie is gonna cast Disguise Self, put on the beret that Shu threw up earlier, jump out from behind the plant pot and go, hey, you looking for me? And then just like scamper off down one of the hallways.
Amazing. The body crooks and turns to you and says, "There you are, little Shu.
I'm just gonna like, woo, run down.
We would love for you to come back to the family." And then, like one of the giants in Attack on Titan, it kind of just starts charging towards you.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
Oh no. Oh.
I am running for my life.
I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Holy shit.
Holy cow.
Shu, what'd you get?
11.
All right, Blueberry, what'd you get?
17.
Angie.
14.
Wow, really good. Okay, cool. Blueberry, you see this human start charging down towards Angie in disguise, and Shu sort of peeking out over the shelf. You guys haven't got a good chance to look at the desk just yet. Like, this happened very quickly. What would you like to do?
She's gonna take her little tinfoil hat and scrunch it up into a beret, and she is also gonna cast Disguise Self to look like Shu.
We're gonna have 3 shoes. That's so clever. That's so fucking clever. I love it. That's such a good idea.
Hey, I want to go home. Where are you going? And she's gonna try to waddle.
All right, make a deception check.
This is the best use of disguise self. Thank you both for this moment.
Oh no!
It's a nat one. I forgot to transform the tail
Into wings. Like,
yeah.
The human mouth kind of slack-jawed, creaks their head around and looks at you. Their arms sort of flop to the side. You've made some new friends, Shu. We're afraid they can't be in our family.
Oh.
But we can bring more to deal with them. And you see its head kind of crick back for a second. And you hear an office door about 20 feet away crink open. And you see a person who's holding a coffee container and a mug. Like they're in the middle of pouring coffee. Just sort of like stumble out of the room. They're still pouring coffee and it's starting to like drain out of their hands. And like the coffee's starting to overflow.
No.
And the head just crooks down the hallway.
No.
And that same voice comes out of that head. And it says, "You want to be with your real family, Shu." And the body sort of slumps and it looks like it's starting to be puppeteered to, and now it starts to lumber down the hallway towards you as well.
I want to lead it in a direction. I want to use my movement to lead it in a direction away from the real Blueberry.
The human who is chasing you, Angie, they sort of stumble forward and try to like grab you, but it's very sloppy. Like they clearly don't have like super fine motor skills, and they sort of trip and almost collapse over you like an avalanche. Like this creature is 100 times as big as you. And they are stumbling towards you, and they trip over themselves, reaching down. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as they lumber to try to scoop you up.
Ooh.
Join us, Shu.
I got a 9.
You feel the weight of this human arm slam into you as you are lifted up into the air. You take 15 plus 3. You take 18 bludgeoning damage. And then the head kind of cricks and says, You don't feel like Shu. And the eyes, there's a flash of arcane in them for a second. Trixie. You feel them start to squeeze their hand around you as if to start to crush you. The human that is going for you, Blueberry, it sort of stops. And then it says, "Are you the real Shu?" And it stumbles down, and it is going to scoop down and try to pick you up. I need a dex saving throw.
It's a 17.
17. Very nice. The human stumbles down to try to pick you, and you to the side, and they fall onto the ground. Everything around you shakes for a second, and you can see them trying to pick themselves up, but something is controlling this person, and they are not super good at fine motor skills. Shu, you see these humans messing with your friends. You hear this voice. You know this voice. This is the matron of the Scavenger Dandies. But you also, for the first time, see the desk clearly. You've climbed high enough and you've gotten the angle, and you spot on a big pile of paper a section that has envelopes. Manila envelopes, and they look like the envelopes that you've been pulling along with you.
I don't want to waste the opportunity my friends have given me. I gotta do this quick. I'm gonna swoop down immediately, trying to get straight to that manila with the letter in hand.
You swoop down, crash into the desk. Some of the papers topple off to the side, and you see a pile of manila envelopes that look very similar to the one that you are holding.
I'm gonna leave it there then.
Okay. You place it on top of the pile. Is there anything else you would like to do aside from getting the envelope there?
There's a trash can nearby, right?
Of course there is.
Okay, if there are any other that say like sending or trying to gather more people, can I just toss that into the whole trash can?
Yeah.
Amazing.
With
That's
your
so good.
action, you take all of the envelopes that look like yours but aren't yours and start scraping them and knocking them into the trash bin.
That's how I do my real inbox.
And they crash into it.
Good. Just saved a bunch more gods. My friends, though. Can I use at least the rest of my movement to get to the door?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Blueberry.
Yes.
This human has collapsed next to you. It seems like they are maybe not in control of themselves because they're talking animal and looking like a crazy puppet. They haven't quite gotten back to their feet yet. What would you like to do?
Okay, I see. Do I see Shu?
You see Shu flying towards the door. You see Angie being held by this other human secretary. This terrifying secretary.
Assuming that we're trying to get the fuck out of here, do I see Angie getting crushed as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna use all my movement to get to the human that's holding her.
Mm-hmm.
And for my action, I'm gonna use my breath weapon. Try to get them to stop holding Angie, and she's gonna behind. She's like all up on her, like standing as tall as she can. Let go of my friend!
Oh, they got a 2. So they're going to take that damage.
Okay. That's 12 points of damage.
Oh shit, that's pretty good.
Let
Dang.
me roll something here.
I turned pink and sparkly a little bit.
As your noxious breath erupts around this massive human, Angie, you see that little flicker of arcane in their eyes fade for a second, and they look perplexed and confused. Wah, wah, wah. And they see you and they like, "Wah!" And they like step back and they're like looking around and they just look confused.
Amazing.
It seems like whatever psychic hold was had on them was broken. The concentration on it was broken with that damage. You are released and they sort of step back. They almost trip over you, Blueberry.
Amazing, thank you.
Anything you want to do with your bonus action, Blueberry?
Let's get the fuck out of here!
The other human sees you, Shu, by the door. There you are. And they are going to reach up and scoop towards you, Shu. I've missed you, daughter. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as this giant human hand tries to grab you out of the air.
You're not my mom. It's an 8.
No!
They hold on to you, but when they make contact with you, they don't try to crush you. And they bring you close to the human eyes. And those arcane pulsing in the eyes start to match yours. And you start to feel a little bit of a pulse in your eyes, too.
No!
Oh.
Nothing is going to happen just yet. But if you don't get out of there, something might happen. Angie, it is your turn. You are released. This human is stumbling back, and it looks like they are going to, like, grab a broom or something to try to, like, swat the animals out of the room. And they're, like, yelling at the other one who's holding a bat, like, wah, 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 wah.
Like, what are you doing? Why are you holding a bat? I am going to cast blindness on the one that's holding Shu.
Wow. Natural 1.
Oh, sweet. Amazing.
Yeah.
And then I am going to cast Hidden Step and then just turn invisible.
Awesome.
So you, like, send up some of your mites to go mess with the human. And a little poof of dust and dirt and feathers, and you poof, are just disappeared.
It's like the old school magicians where they throw something on the ground and then you see them just scurrying away out of sight. That's basically what I just did there.
I can feel
And
my
then-
allergies already getting worse just hearing this description. Suddenly I can't breathe.
Shoo, you see Blueberry slinking along the ground. Angie launching some of her mites up at the creature the human that's holding you, and then ploofing away. What would you like to do?
You're not my family. I'd like to try to bite the hand that's holding me.
Yeah, make an attack roll.
21.
Yeah, that hits for sure.
Oh, yes. Nice.
4 points of damage. A little tiny bat bite. Do I have rabies?
Okay, let me roll a con saving throw. Jeez Louise, that's a 2. Similar to what happened with Angie, you see the arcane sort of fade out for a second, and then the human completely let go of you and start rubbing their eyes, and they're wah 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 wah, sort of moving their arms around trying to see. You, like, flat back as this giant arm whooshes by you. You are all free.
Yes.
And the humans seem like they are no longer affected by whatever the matron is doing to them. What's your next step?
Let's get out of here.
Do we think that we've freed enough of the humans that will be good?
Because of your weird sap brain mush thing, I'll let you roll an Arcana check here
Okay.
to let you get a sense of potentially how often this power could be used.
If anybody else wants to as well, I have a +0 on my Arcana.
Ooh, I got a 19.
I got a 5.
You guys messing with this goo one time all got access to some pretty decently powerful magic. If the matron has been imbibing this stuff and giving it to the rest of the Scavenger Dandies, you're not exactly sure how much she could do this or how many thralls she already just has. It is likely that there are more humans within the area that are under her control.
I think we might need to find the matron.
Yeah.
We have to take her out. She would be probably close, right? But not too close. A safe spot.
Where does she like to hang out?
Should I use like a history to be like where I think she might be?
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
would she be like hiding up in the attic nearby, or is she like
Yeah.
she's the toilet person?
She likes the throne. Literally.
She like the It's a 12.
A 12?
The so-called mama.
The matron, is one of the things that she loved about you is the fact that you could fly. And maybe when you first joined them, it felt like she was sort of
Love bombing me.
love
My
bombing
little
you.
rat with wings.
But in hindsight, you're seeing that maybe that was a masquerade of envy and jealousy and sort of like a weird toxic kind of thing. Like, if I can't fly, I can own the thing that can fly.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to be tall. She wants to be high up. The Scavenger Dandies have lived in the sewers forever, and she would talk about liking to climb to the tops of towers. There is a bell tower to this building.
Perfect.
Amazing. Let's do it.
Yeah. She will reach. You have to get to the tallest part of this entire building because she'll want to be able to see it all. She'll want to be able to see all her dominion. So she's going to be all the way up to the very, 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 very top.
Are there stairs that we can see in this room?
Just down the hall, there's a spiral staircase going up and also a fireman's pole going down.
Amazing. I think you probably see Angie kind of puff back into some kind of existence somewhere near there. Hey, I think I found some stairs. I think this will go up to the tower.
Brilliant.
Let's go.
You guys make your way to the stairs, sort of scurrying up them really quickly. As you are scurrying up, you see around you on either side, doors cracking open, and humans that look like they're being sort of puppeteered, like lurching out of the hallway, stumbling into walls and knocking things down. You make your way to the top of the stairs. You feel the air hit you as you suddenly are in an open air bell tower. And you see, perched atop the bell, it almost just looks like a ball of ropes.
No, God, no.
But it's kind of gnarled looking. And then quickly you see eyes open up. Not two, many, many eyes. And also, not just many eyes, many, many bowler hats.
It's a fucking rat king with hundreds of bowler hats. No.
All at once, the eyes glow, and you hear the voice of the matron say, "Shoo, maybe it's better this way. It's good to see you. And I'm excited to bring you back into the fold." And the massive rat sort of folds in on itself down the bell and lands next to you. And it pushes up as a single rat rises out of the mound. You see the matron, her eyes glowing, her bowler cap with a weird little feather that looks like it was plucked from probably, honestly, a pigeon. Coming out the side.
Disgusting. It's like seeing someone with a fucking, like, bit of skin on themselves.
And she looks down at you, Shu. Are you ready to join us?
I'll never join you. I don't care how many of your new toys that you have. I'm not going to be going back to you at all. I have a family, and they love me, and they feed me, and we care for each other. We look out for each other. We're not just the newest little toy they picked up from the store and try to own.
What family? Shu, when we found you, you had nothing. What is this? A pigeon that can't fly?
Your name's Angie.
A snake that worships those things?
Blueberry! And they're both amazing, and I love them with all of my heart. And more, because my heart's pretty small, but I like them more than that.
Aww.
Oh, Shu. You are sweet, but you are misguided. Let me show you. We're about to have all the best trash in the whole city, right here. You can eat well for the rest of your life, and you can join us, not just as a family, but as truly becoming one.
As she's like getting all intimidating to Shu, Angie is going to just jump and smack the bell with her peg leg. Just a like loud kind of like gong sort of sound if she can do that with this bell.
You launch up, you do a spin, you dong hit the bell.
Yeah.
Boo! This loud noise emits out in all directions. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
It's worth it. Worth it.
Yep.
At 20! Nice! Yeah! I got an 8! Yeah!
16!
Angie, you take 4 thunder damage.
Oh, shit.
No one else takes any. The rats also take 4 thunder damage. And as the reverberations echo up, that hat with the feather on the matron is sort of blown back off her head, revealing under the bowler hat a glowing, revealed brain.
Oh
my God.
As you start to notice, all of the bowler hats seem like they are very specifically positioned. And what else might be hiding under them? I need everybody to roll me initiative again.
Yes. 18.
5.
13.
Angie, it is your turn.
Angie is unconscious. The knock of the bell just completely wiped her out.
No.
Okay, Angie falls to the ground, poof, unconscious. Blueberry, What would you like to do?
I'm gonna get over to Angie. I'm gonna slither up. And
No. Can't do this to us.
and her tiny little tail is gonna go on her pigeon chest and do compressions. Stand alive. And I'm gonna use my action to try to stabilize her.
Make a medicine check.
21.
As you are trying to stabilize her, you feel that weird connection that you guys made before starting to almost like ignite. With a 21, if you want to, you can expend one of her spell slots to cast Cure Wounds on her. But you are going to take half the damage of the healing that you do, as you are essentially going to be giving her some of your life.
Oh, that's a cool mechanic.
Yeah, I'll do it. I do it.
Angie, roll for Cure Wounds.
Alrighty. 5.
Angie, you come to life with 5 hit points. Blueberry, you take 2 damage.
I'm just gonna stand guard in front of Angie and post up.
Stop hurting my friends.
Awesome. It is now the matron's turn, and the matron is going to shift and put all of her energy at you, Shu. You don't need these two. They're not your family. Come. Join us. And all of the eyes are going to glow for a second, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
You got this. It's okay.
I have a -1 to my wisdom, y'all. It's a 3.
Angie and Blueberry, you watch as Shu's body goes from this defensive position and then slumps.
No.
And you watch as Shu shambles over the mound of mice and turns, leans against them.
No.
As like the swarm of mice, like arms, sort of wraps itself around her, like it's protecting her. And you see that similar flicker of arcane in Shu's eyes.
Oh shit.
Absolutely the fuck not.
Angie, it is your turn.
All right, thank God. Okay, because I didn't know the bell was going to hurt me.
Well, it's gonna hurt everybody. It's a giant bell.
No, it's fine. I'm now going to cast my wild shape, which gives me some temporary hit points. Thank God. So Angie sees what's happening, and she just rage and anger and like fear just sort of like fill her, and her like feathers all like puff up, and all the little mites are like scurrying, and the stink is extra stinky. And she is going to just use Shillelagh as her like bonus action. So she's going to take a peg leg and just like swap it on the matron's brain if she can reach it.
Yeah, sure. You flop over, poof, make an attack. Roll for attack.
24?
Yeah, 24 hits for sure.
Amazing.
Let's go.
So that is 8 damage. So she just goes, no! And then and just like hits the matron in the head.
All right, let me make a con saving throw.
That glowy green brain.
That is a 15. The mice do take the damage, but Shu does not seem to be freed from the powers at the moment. Next, it is Blueberry's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna strike out and try to latch on to the matron's arm.
Okay.
Her to shreds.
Cool. Does a 16 hit?
16 hits, yeah.
Okay. And that's 6 damage.
Okay.
My second attack. Oh, that was almost a nat 20. Okay, so the second one does a 12 hit.
12 just hits.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Okay. 7 plus 5, 12.
Nice.
12 points of damage.
Nice.
12 to hit, 12 damage.
That is a
Yeah.
7 on the con save. Shu,
Yes.
at that second strike, as Blueberry is biting onto the matron's arm and chest, you come back to life and feel the swarm starting to try to engulf you. It is the swarm's turn. Do they recover their dominate person spell? They do not.
Okay,
Yay.
good.
Whew.
So the swarm is going to try to grapple and pull you in. I need you to make a acrobatics check.
Okay. 20. Dirty 20.
Nice.
Yes.
Small.
As the rats try to wrap around you and pull you in, you pop, squeeze out and start fluttering just above them. It is your turn.
Okay. We are in a tower up above, right? A bell tower, essentially.
Yeah.
High up. I would like to, aiming directly at this group, do gust of wind.
Yeah.
Specifically trying to push them off the ledge.
Oh, good
shit.
idea.
Okay.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Just in a moment of fear and fury, Shu lets out a screech that rings higher
Yes,
than that
Shu.
bell.
Yes.
So they're gonna have to do a strength DC 11.
This swarm has a +5 to its strength. so
Oh
it's-
no, they roll real bad.
Okay, well, did what I could.
That's a 3 on the die. That's an 8.
Yes! Get him! Get him!
You're not my family. You never loved me. I have a family, and I'll never let you hurt them. And she just screams all of this.
Yes.
The swarm shifts and is throttled back as it starts to break apart, and you hear as rats start raining down the side of the building. Most of the swarm falls, because that can knock things 15 feet.
That's really good.
So that's just gone. They're just like splatting against the street in front of the building. You see 2 claws pull themselves up as the matron, still barely holding onto the edge, looking at you with unbridled rage in her eyes. Any of that fake pleasantry gone. She just looks mad, and the arcane in her eyes and her brain is starting to like fry and snap with electric energy. Shu, I am your mother. As she starts to like climb towards you. Angie, it is your turn.
Oh fuck! I really want to summon Mr. Bojangles.
Could you please?
With your sending, with
I don't know if he'll get here in time, but in this moment, I'm just like, Mr. Bojangles, it's raining rats. If you want to come down and enjoy, we're doing some rat killing. If you want to come with us in the military thing, like where with the big horse and that is where they send the letters.
You hear a voice. It sounds like it's whispering over your shoulder, way too close for comfort. Oh my. That does sound interesting. I shall take this rain of rats and turn it into a rain of flesh and blood. I will be there momentarily. And the voice cuts.
Amazing.
Blueberry, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try to fling my dagger at my little wooden toothpick at one of her hands.
All right.
Oh, that's a 7.
7, no. It's this much smaller target. You kind of just ding, against the stonework of the tower, and your little dagger falls to the ground.
I'll get closer to Shu, buff up beside her.
All right, it's the matron's turn.
Oh.
She is going to climb the rest of the way back over, and sort of rise to her full height. Even on her own, she's still maybe twice or 3 times your size, Shu. Her brain pulsing, her face looking gnarled and mad. Shu, be reasonable. We could have all the trash of the kingdom. Think of it. This could all be ours. And she is going to extend her hand to you.
Delicious trash is just still trash when your company is trash.
Yeah.
Her face goes gnarled, and she is going to reach out and bite you like a rat in a truly animalistic sort of way.
Disgusting.
That's a 16.
16 hits.
In the bin.
You take 6 piercing damage as she bites into you. And it is your turn.
How does she look?
Fucked up.
She's full.
I'm trying to determine how clever I should be in this moment.
Be as clever as you want.
So I'm trying to remember what our scientist octopus told us about mechanics, and I thought, how well is that bell attached above, especially since Angie kicked it?
I will say it looks a little bit dangly.
Okay.
The rats have been hanging up there. It probably hasn't been super well taken care of.
Perfect. She's gonna, quick moment, Blueberry, give back! And I'm gonna fly up, and I'd like to use my attacks to attack the hinges of the bell above.
Sure. Amazing. Make an attack.
I will try. 16.
16 hits.
Nice.
Perfect. My spork does amazing damage. 13 points.
Oh my god. That's so much damage.
Spork is fantastic.
That spork is OP.
You see the hinge gunk, cracks. And as you guys lumber back, the bell swings down as the matron sort of lurches towards you. You're still my... The bell smashes into her. Blood and viscera goes in all directions as the bell crashes into the ground, blows part of the tower off, and falls off the building and crashes into the ground below you.
You didn't kill the
Oh
horse,
my
right?
God.
Like the horse is fine.
The horse is fine.
Okay, good.
There is a moment where there is just quiet. And you see the city in front of you. The sun just barely cresting over the mountains in the distance. Angie, what do you do?
I think Angie is going to, I think at first look down over the edge and just see the sort of like the bell, the cracks in the ground, the people kind of milling around very small. And she's kind of thinking about what it's like, or what it used to be like at least, flying up above this high. And she hasn't been up this high for quite a long time. And she's just going to sit, just going to plonk her little butt down, little puff of dust, and just look out towards the sunset and over the rooftops and just sort of relax for a minute, taking the view.
Blueberry, you see Angie sit down.
I'm gonna gently wrap my tail around Shu and slither us over next to Angie and kind of like curl up in between them and just rest my head on Angie's wing, looking out over the beautiful horizon.
I think Angie's gonna wrap her wing just like around the both of you, like in a bit of a hug.
Kind of all snuggled in at this moment. Her own little toes hanging over the edge.
Dangling.
Yeah, tingling just over there. Watching the rats scatter and Mr. Bojangles going to town.
He's late, but he's at the party.
Yeah.
This wasn't the family I expected. And it's not necessarily the family I think I deserve. Because the two of you are so amazing and kind. And I just want you to both know I love you so much. I'm sorry she came after us.
I'm sorry you had to smush her and live with her before that. Must have been awful. But I love you guys too. And I'm really happy to have found you.
Listen, you know, who's gonna... It doesn't matter. One less rat in the city. It's a good thing, right? We did a good thing. And we managed to save all the people that give us the food and stop the rats in their plans. And we were heroes. I've never been a hero. And that's all thanks to you, Shu. I'm higher up and more happy than I've ever been in a long time. And, well, thank you.
Oh.
And, you know, I love you guys. And she's going to get a little nuggy. Scroll on the head of it.
We're the best family ever!
And as you guys watch the sunset, you see below you in the streets a bunch of very confused-looking humans wearing white aprons and giant hats walking out. Talking like, as it seems the entire cooking staff of the military is being dismissed and sent back to their restaurants.
Success! We're gonna eat like kings.